Welcome to CLIC Connect. I'm your host, Craig Sullivan. It's great to be back. It's our second new show of the year, and we've got a returning guest, but he made a career change, so we had to have him on the show. But before we do that, I would like to thank our production partners, Red Roof Franchising and Chicago Title National Commercial Services Group, California. They have California in their name, but they work across the nation. And Chicago Title's National Commercial Services Group does have a new hotel practice within their group, a dedicated team for your hospitality transactions. Give Steven Seft or Ryan Huntsman a call over there. They'd be glad to work with you. You're going to find out you're going to get your deals closed on time. You're going to find out you've got an ally that's going to help you throughout the entire process. So give them a call and let them know that producer Danny and I sent you. And call our good friend Matt Hostetler over at Red Roof Franchising. Great alternative. You need a new brand, talk to Matt. He'll be glad to help you. And again, let him know that producer Danny and I sent you. And with that, for our second show of 2023, I am welcoming back Danny Givertz. He is now with a new company. He is the CEO of Oliver Companies, Inc., and their hospitality group. So, without any further ado, Danny, welcome back to the show. How are you, my brother?
It is so amazing to see you and start off the beginning of January seeing your smiling, beautiful face.
It's good to see you. So,
Amen.
Danny, do me a favor. Tell the audience about yourself and your new company, please.
Oh, most definitely. I've been in the hospitality industry literally since before I could drink at 20. I was a hotel broker for about 24 years. I was with Hunter for the last approximately 10, did over $1 billion in sales last year, and decided to help a dear friend and an amazing company grow their hospitality ownership and management platform. The Oliver Companies with Seth Oliver and an amazing group of individuals out of Duluth, Minnesota. We have converted our hospitality division to OCI Hospitality, and we have about 30 assets under ownership and management. We just closed on approximately an $80 million Hilton product in Florida yesterday, and we're looking to grow more ownership and management. So it's really an exciting time.
Congratulations on the closing. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
It is a wonderful time. I mean, we do have our challenges right now, but, I don't think you could have picked a better time to make that career change. And now being on the ownership and management side, you've been with them for what, 6 to 8 months now?
About 6 months, yeah. We're figuring out how we're going to handle 2023, as I see it, is really our breakout year to show what we're able to accomplish with the team.
So, what are your goals for both yourself and for your team in 2023?
I've always felt that relationships and the people that you surround yourself with and you work with are really the true focal point of what you're able to accomplish, because you can only accomplish in my role as much as I can say. But if my team isn't able to perform and do what I know they're capable of doing, then that makes me look bad, and then we're all out of a job. So our goal is really to grow our management platform and our ownership platform. So we're looking to sell off another key opportunistic assets, as well as acquire a number of assets as we grow the platform and make sure it's a common name in our industry.
There you go. I like that. Now, selling off some of the, let's say, legacy assets and acquiring new ones, are you doing that around the country, or do you have specific markets that you're targeting?
We're certainly opportunistic. I mean, based upon where we are on the market, and we are very excited to see what our industry is going to do in 2023. We have some interest rate issues and so on and so forth that will be swallowed based upon pricing, but we're looking across the country. We have assets in over 13 states, and we're building in about 6. So we're looking all over the country and just looking to acquire and assist parties in managing assets.
Perfect. Now, I think you had a leg up before you started there as the CEO. You worked, excuse me, with the development team quite closely as a hotel broker. How has that transition been now being inside the company and having a day-to-day conversation, touch, getting to know you, experience with everybody on that level?
It it's been a little bit more, I would call it unique than I'm used to, because my entire career it's pretty much been eat what you kill. And I work for myself in the proverbial sense. And if I don't get paid, then, I still have a quote unquote job. I just don't get paid as a broker. Now I feel there's a lot of a responsibility that is put on myself and the entire executive team to make sure that we are accomplishing what we set out to do for our team. We have a few hundred employees, an amazing operations and C-suite team at Oliver. And that's one of the main reasons why I was so excited to join this group with OCI Hospitality, because I do enjoy to grow things. It's very important to me. It's one of my passions. And with this group of individuals on the management team, especially, there's no reason why we shouldn't really grow at least by a dozen management assets this year at minimum, and at least by 5 to 7. I mean, we are very well suited to do that, if not more.
Nice. That's good. Actually, it's amazing. So, okay, you grow your management arm by 12 assets. You pick up another 5 to 6 on the ownership side as well. Got to have relations with lenders and insurance carriers. So what's that like? You just closed a deal, so you were involved with that. It's within your CEO tenure. So how's that going?
We're very blessed that we are an affiliate of the Oliver companies as OCI Hospitality, as we separate Oliver companies into the various brands. We have our own procurement company, our own design company, our own construction company. We own marinas, apartments, and we also own a number of debt platforms as well that we are involved with. So we really are trying to make sure that we use all the relationships we have to the best of our ability to transact on the right type of asset. So we are able, I believe, to find debt, and we have amazing equity partners that are high net worth family funds that have really vetted us over the years, that trust us and are committed to what we believe is the right direction for growth. So I think we're one of the better suited private hospitality companies in the nation.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm impressed, and I love all the verticals that you have and incorporating those into your day-to-day hunt for new assets and opportunities. That certainly puts you miles ahead of a lot of other people, so that you know when you're doing your underwriting internally before you take it over to your debt side. Hey, this will work. We can make this happen. So let's take it to the next step, and let's get it closed in 30 days. I said, there's not a whole lot of people who can do that.
No, and Seth Oliver had been really working methodically on putting together the appropriate strategy to grow when the time is right, and have all of the needed prongs, if you will, to attach onto to make sure that we are successful in our acquisitions, dispositions, as well as our executive team on management and operations.
There you go. How about PIPs? How are you handling those right now? I'm sure you've got a hefty PIP coming up on that Florida asset you just bought. What about some of your others?
Thankfully, that one is not going to be as time consuming and have as much of an impact on an operation standpoint on property. But we're certainly seeing a lot of additional renovations that are needed throughout various other assets that we have. I think that we all were in the hospitality industry, whether it's ownership or management. A lot of us, when we were running 10 or 15% occupancy during COVID, we weren't using, in the proverbial sense, our FF&E reserves to do renovations and even to cover debt service. We were using it to cover payroll. So I think a lot of assets don't have a heavy FF&E reserve. We were very lucky as we were acquiring assets that we put substantially more into our reserve accounts than what even our lenders wanted, just as a safety buffer. So we had pretty full buckets moving forward. So yeah, we have a number of assets that we need to renovate. We have some assets that may need renovation that may behoove us more to consider an asset sale versus a renovation. Maybe someone would be able to operate, renovate, and generate more revenues at that asset than is probably the highest best use for our team. So that's why I say we're opportunistic sellers. We have the capacity to renovate, but we want to make sure that we're maximizing our time in the most efficient way.
There you go. Love it. Capital markets. What are your feelings about all the other, lenders out there, debt and equity sides that, are not tied to you as part of the family of companies? What are you hearing? What are you seeing? I mean, you've got to have a lot of those people beating down your door as the new CEO, and it's like me, so.
Thankfully, that is a completely different elephant and bear in a different circus than I am daily involved in. We have an entire different team through a different investment platform based out of New York. There is a president and multiple co-founders. I am not truly involved on a day-to-day and/or an equity investor in that arena, but we are all very close and obviously want to work together so we can combine resources. I think, listen, if you have interest rates around 8%, regardless of your position, and I've said this when I was in the hospitality brokerage field, and I certainly say it now more so, depending on if I'm buying or selling, but interest rates are at 8%. That has a significant impact on a $40 million or $30 million asset that could lower your NOI by $400,000 to $700,000. Increased interest rates is going to bring up the cap rates in a sense. Right. I mean, it's just math.
Yeah.
So, we have to make sure that if we're selling, we're being realistic, opportunistic in our decisions, but realistic pertaining to what the market can truly provide. We have to be much more cautious with the purchasers that we are looking to bring in as we are underwriting the offers that are coming in for assets that we're looking to sell. And on the purchase side, we want to make sure that our potential sellers that we are going to be working with understand our capacity and have confidence and feel that we are truly qualified to facilitate the transaction across all fronts. It is certainly harder today. I think that the market is going to be strong from an operations standpoint. I do, however, think from a financing and a purchase standpoint, it is going to be a little bit more creative potentially, and we're gonna have to work a little bit harder and really rely on our relationships.
I agree with you, and you're part of the generation that basically has only seen like residential mortgage rates on commercial assets. So you haven't seen this. You haven't seen 8, 9, 11% in some cases. I had a construction loan that I was talking to a guy with yesterday. He got a $40 million construction loan at 11%. And it's like, wow, okay, here we go. And it's, it's sticker shock to everybody. And yeah, I think there's going to be some price adjustments and a few other things in there. But I think for the few that understand the market and watch the market carefully, they know that, if they put more money aside, okay, like you do, in the next 24 months, you can refi out of it and get back into a reasonable interest rate. Maybe not even that long, maybe a little longer. It's hard to say right now. Danny, leadership. What do you want the hotel? What one thing do you want the hotel community to know about you and your company?
I mean, about me, it's just been the same forever. I treat people the way I want to be treated. I believe in karma, doing the right thing. In the hospitality industry, I always believe it's important that we do put people in front of us. And that's what I love about this industry is I believe strongly in treating the people around you the way that you would want to be treated, and always doing the right thing. And that may sound a little bit cheesy, but I think it's so easy. And sometimes it may hurt me more than the other person to make a decision, but at the end of the day, it's the right thing to do. And I think it is always what we need to do. About our company at OCI Hospitality, I joined on purpose because of how amazing everyone there is. I mean, from the executives to the operations to the regionals to the GMs. We did an event in Las Vegas for the GMs and for our executive team. There were about 60 folks there, and it just, I'm in awe at how wonderful and how sharp and how incredible everyone is here. And that's why I have the confidence to put my name behind all these amazing people and watch what we're going to be able to accomplish. I'm very blessed to be here.
Nice. Last question before we go into the lightning round, Danny. What are you looking forward to in 2023?
I'm looking forward to assisting some amazing folks grow a brand and a company that maybe a lot of people aren't familiar to. I'm excited to spend a little bit more time with my family because I think I did about $3 billion in sales in the last 3 years. And before I left Hunter, I think we did 58 sales. So just working all day, every day. So I'm looking forward to energizing myself about what I believe I can contribute and assist my team to accomplish, like I've done at Hunter and the other companies I've been at. I'm being more reinvigorated. I'm excited, and I love that.
I love it. That's great. Yeah, your enthusiasm's infectious. So, yeah, your team is very lucky to have you over there. All right, my brother, it's time for the world famous, possibly infamous, lightning round. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Producer Danny's going to put 2 minutes on the clock starting now. Conferences.
Alice, NYU, Hunter, Meet the Money, CLIC.
Good answer. Trophy assets.
Embassy Suites, Hilton, Tampa, AC in Austin that I was a part of is one of my favorites.
Grand opening.
Oh, that's a good one. AC Austin again in November. Yeah, that definitely was my favorite.
Favorite airport?
None.
Barefoot people on an airplane.
I mean, don't we know someone that can answer that question for us, Mr. LeBlanc? It's not my thing, man. And the people that go into the bathroom with socks or shoes on, I cringe. I look away. Like someone's throwing up. I go like this.
Yeah. Aisle or window?
It depends on who I'm with. I prefer the aisle just because I feel guilty if I have to use the restroom, which I rarely do, but I feel bad on making someone I have to go around. So I prefer to get up and let them hospitality.
Scuba diving or surfing?
Oh, scuba diving right now, even though I want to get back into surfing, but I've been scuba diving forever. It's so peaceful and wonderful.
Tequila or whiskey?
Tequila.
Favorite hotel or resort?
Four Seasons Westlake Village, or I would probably go somewhere in Kauai, but my go-to is usually the Four Seasons Westlake because it's so tranquil.
You did that. You did that with 32 seconds left on the clock, Danny. Congratulations.
You said to be quick, man.
Yes, I did. Okay. Conference season kicks off later this month with Alice, and I will see you there. I'm hoping you and at least a member of your team or two are attending the 6th Annual California Lodging Investment Conference, because everybody you need to put a deal together in California will be at CLIC. So how much of a market are you, or how are you looking at the California market, I should say? Are you actively, heavily, sort of kind of looking in California right now?
We're always opportunities in California. We're candidly, it's one of the states that we're looking at. We do have assets here that we own and are developing. We would look at assets as well to manage. For other groups, we're talking to a few groups that are looking for management out here as well. But I live out here. Our president, chief operating officer, she's based in Phoenix, Scottsdale area. We have a number of assets out there as well. So we certainly want to grow out here, and we have the capacity. So
Nice.
Why not?
Good. I love it.
I think the market out here is going to do very well. I think that this is going to be a strong year. We're going to see strong rates. We're going to see occupancy kind of, in my opinion, just kind of go along, but we're going to see strong-ish rate growth compared to 19, which is really what I believe creates RevPAR.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on all that. I think you're absolutely right on it. All right, brother, I've held you up for more time than I know that you were allotting for, so thank you for being here. How can everybody get a hold of you?
Sure. Yeah, you can reach me at 818-522-5036. And my email is my name, Danny.Givertz at OCIHospitality.com. And it'd be honored to hear from everybody. And there's no one I love more in this industry than you, Craig. My God, you know that.
Thank you, brother. I love you too. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. And I will see you at Alice, and let's do a quick 2-minute vlog while we're there so I can get your impressions, okay?
I'd be honored. I always have something to say.
Absolutely. Thank you. Have a great day, Danny.
You got it. Take care.
Thank you, our audience, for joining us today. Really proud of Danny. I've known him since he first got into the industry, and he was a rookie hotel broker, and just to watch the progress in his career has been amazing. He's one of the true gentlemen of our industry, so give him a call. I want to thank our production partners, our good friends over at Red Roof Franchising and Chicago Title National Commercial Services Group, California. Give Matt Hostetler a call at Red Roof. I know he'd love to hear from you. Let him know that producer Danny and I sent you. And call Stephen Senft and Ryan Huntsman over at Chicago Title National Commercial Services Group. They'd love to hear from you too. And they can help you get your deals closed on time. Both great companies. And they've been with us since the beginning. And I thank you, our audience, for being with us. If you would like to suggest a guest, a topic, DM us. We'd love to hear from you. If you'd love to be a production partner, we'd love to hear from you as well. Again, DM us. Danny and I look at those postings all the time, and we get back to you on them. CLIC 6, March 1st and 2nd at the West and South Coast Plaza Hotel in Costa Mesa, California. We've changed up the conference. We've opened up what used to be our VIP mixer to all registered attendees the night before, and we have added more networking time on the 2nd. We've gone from 4 panels to 3. We've got Bruce Ford opening up the conference with the pipeline, and we've also got our deal of the year. So all exciting, and we've got our post-conference mixer as well. So hopefully you can join us on March 1st and 2nd for the 6th annual California Lodging Investment Conference. And as I'm fond of saying, be kind, share your knowledge, now go be amazing.